By the end of this video, you will learn how to assemble plastic miniatures like an absolute pro. Okay, so we're going to go over a few things you need here. First thing is the miniature itself. For this example, we're going to go with a B1 battle droid from Star Wars Legion. Infamous character, infamously hard to build. We're also going to go with Tamiya thin cement. Tamiya representing the best plastic cement in my opinion, but any good old cement will do. Next we're going to use a good old sanding stick, and that's it, apart from the main piece of equipment, which is the snips, good old snips. So we're going to grab the snips and grab our sprue, which is the first step. Oh, and an optional piece of equipment here is some good old super glue if you need it. We're going to grab the snips, grab our sprue, cut out each individual piece. Take your time cutting out the piece here. You don't want it to get too far away from the piece, because then you'll have to cut away a large chunk of plastic, and you really don't want to dig into the model itself. So get your flat edge of your snips, as you just saw there, push it right up against the model and snip away. Now we're going to need to clean up those little pieces of model real quick, so we're going to grab the sanding stick and just sand away. You're probably going to do a better job of seeing it than, oh, here we go, we're back on camera, back in frame. Yeah, better job of seeing it now. You're going to take that sanding stick, sand away all those little joints. If you have any mold lines, sand away those mold lines. You can use a X-Acto knife to take away the mold lines as well too. We're not going to go that far, we're just going to start gluing. You can also use a little bit of cement as a pro tip, to cement glue to smooth out any lines or fill any small gaps. We're going to take the hardest part here, which is gluing the two halves of the head. Not sure why they couldn't make this into one piece, but they didn't. It's two pieces, so you got to glue that together, which is the most difficult part. The issue with this model is it's very small and it's very finicky, so this is probably the hardest model to put together that I have with my gorilla sausage fingers. So we're going to take the cement here, we're going to use a lot of it, so the plastic cement, and we're going to put it on these legs, because we don't want these legs falling off of these B1 battle droids because of how dainty they are. They really are very dainty. I feel like you could blow these over if you don't glue them properly, and they will break. They will fall apart, so you really want to make sure you use a lot of glue on these guys. And again, like I said, you could use super glue, I guess, for this situation, but obviously the plastic cement really binds the two pieces together, really mates them into one plastic uniform piece, right? So that's the advantages of that. So it's long term probably a little bit stronger than the super glue, whereas the super glue only glues the surfaces that you connect them by, right? So it's a surface area thing, whereas opposed to the plastic cement unifies. So we're gonna use a little bit more. And again, a good thing to think about during this is your kind of sequence of operations, right? Which pieces are you gonna glue together that's gonna make it easiest for you to assemble them? And so for me, it made sense to glue the base on at this point. I've done a few of these models, so usually do them in the same way, and this is usually the next step, is to glue on the base. Then I have a little bit more of a, once it dries anyway, a little bit more of a solid working base to hold and to move around to make sure the guy's posed properly and whatnot. And we're just going to take a little bit extra glue, and we're going to put it by his feet here, because I've had a few of these break off, and I don't like to glue them back on once I've done them. So I want to make sure there's a lot of glue on these areas. Now we're going to glue on his head. Nothing special about gluing on the head, just make sure it's on straight. which I don't do. And here we go. Now another tricky part is to make sure that this guy, well, this battle droid, has both his hands firmly planted on his blaster. And that's something that is also quite tricky on these models, because you really have to glue both of the arm pieces at the same time, glue them to the body, and then match up their hands to make them attach to the blaster. And it's very small and finicky. Everything is so small and finicky on this model. That's why you see me dropping it. It's just frustrating. But you know, from my understanding, this was the first hard plastic model made in Star Wars Legion, was these B-1 battle droids. So, you know, hopefully when they reproduce them, which they should be doing soon, they're going to make some better ones, and they will be less finicky and annoying to assemble, because these are very annoying. I figured if I showed you the most annoying model that I've ever assembled, then every other model would be not so bad, right? So, and once it's back in frame, I always manage to take it out of frame. Here he is. Make sure his head's on straight once again. And then we're going to glue on his backpack. Final adjustment. And once we glue on this backpack, that is basically an assembled B-1 battle droid. Now you just rinse and repeat this for your Separatist army, and you're laughing. Excellent. That's how I assemble a B-1 battle droid from Star Wars Legion. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Take care.